We all want students who are able to think critically, but how can we get them to think critically about whatever subject we're teaching, in any class, at any time? Here's an easy strategy that you can use. You can start by teaching students 5 basic critical thinking strategies: comparing, contrasting, analyzing, categorizing, and evaluating. Compare, of course, means to explain similarities. For example, if you're studying World War II, you might ask students to draw comparisons to World War I. Both involved Germany and France and many other European nations. Both brought the United States in during the war. Both included land armies as well as armies at sea and in the air. But of course the technology from one war to the other changed dramatically. To contrast is to explain differences. For example, in World War II, Paris fell fairly early to the Nazis, but then was liberated again by the Allies. Whereas in World War I, Paris never fell, but a long line of trenches extended between France and Germany, and men on both sides couldn't make much headway. To analyze means to break an idea into its parts. For example, in World War II, we had the European theater as well as the Pacific theater. And then further analysis allows you to break down each of those theaters into the areas that were controlled by different powers at different times. To categorize something is to identify it according to its type. If students think about all the different wars that the United States has been involved in, they'll be able to start sorting them into different categories. For example, the world wars are different in scope than the regional wars that we've been involved in more recently. And they too are different from the Civil War and the War of Independence. To evaluate is to tell the value or worth of something. What good came out of World War II? Well, Nazism was stopped, freedom was preserved, the Great Depression ended, and the nation industrialized. But there were bad things as well. There were millions who were killed. There was the Holocaust, the atomic bombs that were used, as well as the Cold War that began right afterward. Once students understand these 5 basic critical thinking strategies, you can get them to use any of the strategies at any time about any subject that you're teaching. Just have them take a piece of paper, crumple it up into a ball, and then find 5 relatively flat spots where they can write the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then students use this ball like a die. They'll roll it, and whatever number comes up on top will be the number of the strategy that they need to use. To learn more about critical thinking skills and paper ball analysis, see the Inquire series, Elementary, Middle, and High School. Tell us what you'd like to know about Inquire and 21st Century Skills. Email us at contact@thoughtfullearning.com.